Greetings, Raven lovers, artists, and other crazy people. Welcome to another cozy draw with me. The kind of draw with me that I created especially for those of you who like to have something a bit more calm and less performative while they're working on stuff. Because I know that my normal draw with me's tend to be a little bit more on the entertaining side and less on the purposefully side of just helping you to concentrate on your drawing. Yeah, what should I say? I also like to do this kind of entertaining stuff. By the way, sorry for the last time. I know that was a little bit ASMR-y, and that wasn't really like my intention or anything. It was just like, it was the only time where I had time to record something and where I could do something on my own and not need to work on my actual work, And therefore, I needed to record it right then. And I wasn't alone at home at this time. My boyfriend was also there. And normally I record things when I'm alone because I always feel really awkward when someone else is there and I record something. I mean, if I just record with my camera, then that's completely fine. Like, if I don't say anything, that's okay. But if I talk into the camera or if I talk into the microphone, I become really conscious about the fact that someone else is able to hear or might be able to hear what I say. He might not even be able to hear that the most of the time because he probably was wearing his headphones and he's in the next room and his headphones they have this ability to completely shut down from the outside. I forgot the word. What was the word again for this? I forgot it. Anyway, so there is a big chance that he didn't even hear that, but I was so anxious about this that I accidentally started to whisper way more than I actually wanted to. I just wanted to talk calmly and a bit quiet and quiet enough for him to not hear me, but it became way more quiet and whispery than I actually intended it to be, so yeah. I really need to add up my confidence. Wait a second, the camera is not completely right adjusted just yet. To see more of the page, and it's also a little bit more like this maybe, and a little bit more. Where is this? Wait a second. Wait. I'm such a professional, am I? This joke never gets old. Oh, dang it, no, it's not correctly. Well, wait a second. We make a little turn. This is not right anymore. Oh, dang it. I love my boom arm, but it has a few hiccups. Once in a while. This is not sitting tightly. There we go. That's much better. So, also, by the way, excuse my nails. I hope they are quite bearable for your eyes. I didn't find time to probably take care of them in a proper way, I mean. And I really hope my phone doesn't go off. I set it onto quiet mode. At least I hope I did. I just turned down the entire volume, so it should include every sound. Hopefully. So, yeah, this is the page that we were working on the last time. And, well, let's see, there's a little bit of stuff in between here. And the next page would be like here. And I wanted to do a few studies as a little birthday surprise for my friend Marina. Do a few studies of the pictures she has shown of her holiday so far on Instagram. I really like those shots. Like, someone in her family seems to be really good at photography, has quite an eye for composition. I really like how these are shot. Maybe it's just my personal taste, and someone else would say they are not that well shot, but I think those are some really great photos, and I especially love this one. So yeah, I want to do a few little studies of these. Let's see how much I can get done. They will not all turn out great, but that's not the entire purpose of this. This is to learn a little bit, along the way. And maybe if I get out something nice, and I can post it on Instagram as a little birthday surprise for her. So let's see if I can get this. Actually, it's a bright sunny day today, but the sun is currently pretty blending to me. But now the image is a little bit too dark for me to... And I also have this problem. Should I put on the lamp? Let's see. When it's like this, it's still... I never get my ring light set up in a way that you never see any of the edges from it in the camera. I guess this is okay. I still have a shadow. It's kind of annoying. Okay, anyways, want to get some snacks or something nice to drink? You can do this. And yes, of course, I will cut out any kind of chewing noises I do while I'm also snacking on something. That will be a lot of extra work for future Terra, and I'm sorry for that, honey, but yeah. I just can't resist these little knickknacks here, so yeah, you have to deal with that. I will, of course, also, like always, try to edit out my heavy breathing and stuff like this, because I really tend to do this quite a lot, even if I'm not aware of it. The phone is quite far away from me. The microphone, I mean. The mic is far away from me, but yeah. That's so sure. Oh, wait a second. Maybe I should make it like this. I don't know. So we have the horizon line like here, I think. Is that the horizon line? Bad at determining what the horizon line is. I think it's here, or is it here? I'm never sure at that. I should know that. I call myself a professional artist. Somewhere along the line. This is like here. Oh man. I thought this would be easy, but now I feel really intimidated already for some reason. So we have it like this. Just try to get the general form done. How you doing, by the way? Everything great? I'm not sure how talkative I will be the entire time, because when I'm really talkative, I tend to get not that much done. And when I get really into the zone, I talk less. In that case, you will get a little bit more music onto your ears. But yeah, just to get the general shape done here. Can you even see that blue on the camera? That's pretty bad. Maybe I should zoom in a little bit. Just zoom in a little bit. Just tiny smidge. There you go, that could work. This is not a cool erase, by the way. Free color pencil is still pretty erasable, but it's harder to erase it, so basically have to live with your lines the way you make them, kind of. And I don't know, but maybe that will prevent me from just doing a complete copy. I mean, it will still be very close to the original, so I will claim it a study, definitely. So it's a little like here and it's kind of like this. Okay, that still makes noises. Great. Good to know. Good thing is that I haven't said anything at this part, so I could just maybe mute it in the aftermath. We'll see. So there's always a little bit of editing that I have to do with these, but I don't put in that much editing effort into the Cozy Draw of Me's. That's why they are great for getting a bit more out in case I don't have that much time to record or do anything else. Writing scripts and do voice recordings where normally I record my lines like 3 or 4 different times and then check out which line is the best and take that. And sometimes all of these lines are just crap and I try to record it again and again. It really depends on the day. Sometimes you just have a bad day and you feel like, okay, that's like the best thing that I could put out. I made the backpack way too big. Too long. Wait a second. But yeah, so voice recording alone takes a lot of time and effort for me. I also need to find the right time at the day, like when I'm alone at home, because I really don't. Not only do I don't like the fact that someone could listen to me, but I also don't like having all kinds of sounds suddenly interrupting my recording session. Oh man. It's not going so right, but okay. Something is not right up here. Luckily I stayed pretty light so far. And I think the shoulder should be like here. I think the hood should end like at this spot, right? Of course, at the moment you see this video, when this comes out, and it will already be quite old. Like at the moment I'm recording this, her birthday isn't so far away anymore. But when you see this, it will be much later when this comes out. So it's not a birthday video per se. Just, that was one of the reasons why or basically the main reason, maybe the only reason why I went on hiatus for so long. Was something that I also told you in my community tab, but I know that not all people are reading these. Not all people are seeing them, and some people, they see it, but I don't know if all people are also reading the capture. Like, sometimes when I post a picture and write something to that, people tend to just make a comment about the picture that I posted. And not about the words I've written there. So about the message that I had. So I'm never really entirely sure how much the people are actually reading what I intended them to read. So yeah, but yeah, basically I went on a hiatus in order to pre-record a lot of stuff, and not just pre-record but actually pre-make a lot of content, so I can finally have a little bit of a YouTube bank. I wanted to have at least 2 or 3 videos completely prepped for uploading, so they could go public then anytime. Oh, this part is so dark. I didn't want to zoom in too much. Yeah. It's like her pants is almost just a shadow here. I don't get the proportions right at all. This is weird. Maybe I should have started with, you know, the normal anatomy kind of thing. Like, head is here, there's this, the shoulder should be here. Torso. Yeah, okay. It could be right. Looks just a little bit distorted. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I just wanted to have a little bit of fun today. And, yeah, right, I was talking about prepping stuff, right? So, no, my voice suddenly became louder, I guess. I'm really inconsistent right now, I'm sorry. So the idea is that at the moment you see this video, you have already seen, hopefully, whenever it goes right, the making of, like the first part of it. The second part should be still in progress at the time you see this. And maybe you have already seen the other normal Draw With Me. Though I'm not quite sure in which order I will put that. Maybe I will put this out directly after the making of, because it's faster for me to get out. And I would still have time to work a little bit on the script and everything for this other video. We will see how that goes. Gosh, in between that I get really quiet with my voice. I'm pretty low. I'm sorry for that. Maybe I should put the mic a bit closer to me still. But I also feel like I shouldn't. I mean, the last approach was liked by many people. I didn't really expect that. I was kind of struggling with the whole thing, like, oh man, do I really want to put this out into the public? Like, this is bad. This is so bad. You can barely hear me, and it's so whispery, and I mean, I didn't do this ASMR thing where you whisper directly into the mic, get really close to it, and you basically hear the spitting and everything, and the heavy breathing. Like, this makes me always really uncomfortable, and I know that I have a lot of viewers who also don't like that. And frankly, I didn't do that. But yeah, still, it was so, I don't know. I mean, I want these sessions to be cozy and all, but And I also realized that it requires less work if I put up the mic right next to me drawing and don't do the voice recording afterwards. But man, boy, this was so bad. But yeah, it was something to learn from, right? So I try to not beat myself up about it too much, and in the end I figured, okay, actually the quality of the recording sounds nice. I'm just a little bit quiet there, you know? And I thought, never mind, who cares? I throw it out there. Maybe some people will like it, and if not, it's also not bad. Like, there is allowed to be a bad attempt once in a while. You know, not everything has to be perfect, not everything has to be high effort. Sometimes you just need to get something out there in order to, you know that you've made something. Or whatever. I don't know. Man, I really like this composition. Can you actually see what I'm doing? Yeah, I should check this a bit more often. Oh no, that went a bit too high, sorry. I'll try to cut that out. So, that part went a bit too high. I mean, it doesn't need to be exactly like this, but I want to stay close to this. To the original. So let's see. Maybe like here, you have this shape here. It's pretty nice. So it's a little tree in front, right? Yeah. Seems to be related to the bush in some way, because the leaves look quite similar. Sometimes it's also really up to debate what counts as a tree and what counts as a bush. So let's see, do I want to draw them maybe in a different color? It's just a sketch, but I kind of think I want to go a little bit fancy and add a few splashes of color here and there. Is there a good way to draw these far away things? Yeah, went quiet again, I'm sorry. I think there is a way to convey this. Like, on a photo it's also the same way. You don't really see any details, but your brain automatically makes up what this is supposed to be. Because you take it out of context. So there should be a way to convert this in a drawing as well, like to communicate what is going on in the background without putting too much detail in it. But oh boy, I tell you, it's kind of hard for me right now. So far it looks like everything in the background is just nature scenery and not city. I really don't know. And we have those faded mountains in the back. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I think maybe that's also thanks to the colors here. Like the city, everything is kind of white looking from afar. I'm not sure if I can convey this with just a sketch. If I bring in some colors, maybe that will be helpful. Should have some straight lines here and there, maybe. By the way, Marina, which city is it that you're looking at here? Is this Fukuoka? I know you were in the region of Fukuoka most of the time. So, is it that? It's definitely somewhere on Kyushu, I know that. But I don't know anything else. How's this looking? Is this helpful? I don't know. It's really hard to do with color pencils. With graphite it could be a bit easier, but I wanted to do with color pencil because it just looks so nice to have those color pencil sketches, you know. I mean, yeah, it's a sketchbook. It doesn't have to be pretty, especially this one that I really treat like a sketchbook and not like an art book, but you know, I still want to have some aesthetically pleasing pages, just for my own sake. I know something I definitely wouldn't like to live so close to the coast. I don't know. Don't get me wrong, I like the scenery and I also love to have a little vacation somewhere close to the water. Quite a water rat, unless it's you can't see the ground, then I'm getting a little bit of thalassophobia, but when you can see the ground, everything's fine. And I like the beauty of water and stuff, but I wouldn't like to live so close to the water. You know, there's a lot of stuff that can happen. Two parts where I didn't like to live is either directly on a mountain, like on its hillside, where you can get an avalanche every time, where you can get an avalanche or some kind of a slide happening, or close to the water where a big wave could hit you any moment. I mean, there is never 100% safety no matter where you live. This is just an illusion that humans like to come up with. We are never safe completely. It's just like life is. But still, this is something that I don't know, I don't want this. I like to prevent what I can't prevent, you know. How is it with you guys in the audience? Any kind of living situation that would make you really fearful or anything? Why is this still not right? This is driving me crazy. You know what, I think for a little sketch, a little bit of a scenery study that's not as bad, I think we should get in some nice colors, huh? A little bit of a shading with the blue, and then maybe something in contrast. I think of maybe some magenta or something like that. Maybe a little bit of that and something closer to a bit red, that's a bit more closer to the orange side maybe. Maybe a yellow or something like that. I don't know. Some warm tones definitely in contrast. We'll see. I just go with the flow here. I don't make any harsh decisions or so. Rash decisions. Or whatever. I think that has something to it. Something really cozy. By the way, in case you're wondering how far I am with the artwork that I was doing a little bit of planning in the last session, I'm still nowhere because I didn't find time to work on this project. But it's not abandoned, it takes a while for me to get there. Because I have so many ideas, I have so many projects in mind. And they all want to come to fruition at one point. And I also have clients work due, which is of course a bit more important because that actually makes me money. There are a lot of my own projects that are meant to also make me money in one at one point. Like that should become passive income possibilities, but I need to get there first. I need to make them, and yeah, my time management skills aren't really the best yet. Still have to find the right way. I'm experimenting a lot. There was this this time back in last summer. Wait a second, my voice is relieved though. My throat feels kind of sore right now. Just a moment. Me. Oh, oh boy. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. So last summer there was this week where Kevin wasn't at home because he was away for work. I don't really know how do you call this in English, but when you do specific kind of work and sometimes you have to go to a different location to work there, like a different town or another part of the country to do something, and therefore you have to stay there for a few days. That was happened. So he wasn't at home, and all the neighbors in our house were on vacation. So the neighbors upstairs, the neighbors downstairs, they were all on vacation. So I had the entire house for me, and yeah, it was just me and Leo, basically. We were completely alone here. And in this week, I was thriving. Because what I did was, since it was pretty warm, and I don't really great with the warm, I decided, you know what? No one is waiting for me to come to bed, and I also can't accidentally wake someone up who has to get up early when I get into bed later, and there are also no neighbors that I can wake up when I do some pretty noisy house chores in the middle of the night. So I figured, you know what, I leave all of that stuff that's pretty sweat producing for the night or late evenings when the sun is already gone and I feel a bit better. It will be still super warm because the summers here in the southwest area from Germany tend to get pretty damn hot. But still, it will be way more bearable than doing these things on the day. So I will basically just sleep in for quite a while and then get up super late, start my day pretty relaxed and slow, do some things here and there, enjoy my coffee, my super late, not in the morning coffee. And then I started to do a little bit of work, my actual work. Somewhere in the later afternoons, I started to work a little bit, but I also was pretty relaxed and stuff. And then as later as it was getting, as more I was doing a lot of house chores and a little bit of my work. And I tell you guys, this was like the perfect rhythm for me. I never got so much done. I had my shit together so well. I was thriving, man. I was doing my house chores. I was working on my commissions, was recording stuff and editing stuff to get videos done. I was managing so many different things in just one day. And I figure, man, it would be nice if I could always manage my day like this, but it's not really possible. For that, I would need to live alone and without any neighbors in the house. And now, since I got used to having a boyfriend, I don't want to live without him anymore. If that's possible to prevent, then I would like to prevent that from happening. But yeah, man, that was so nice. Though there was also another time where I thought, okay, I have a few days where I can be more by myself and for me on my own. And I wanted to do live the same kind of structure again, and it didn't really work out the same way anymore. So I don't know, maybe it's not. It seems like the same kind of routine doesn't always work for me. Maybe that's not really the key here. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Something is it really feels like I can't really commit to any kind of schedule. I thought at one point that I have finally figured out how my brain works and how to treat it, and in a lot of parts that's right, that's true, and I figured out a lot of things about myself and how to work around certain issues I sometimes have, but in some cases I'm still not quite sure how to actually deal with things. Like what kind of way would be the best to go through my day. But yeah, it really seemed like at this point that this way of structuring my day would be most of the time at least the best option for me. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like creatives like I are just not meant to have any person living with them. Because we can get so focused and sucked into our own little world, you know, and just want to do our thing without taking care of social life things. But yeah, that can really get out of hand. Yeah, that's quite nice, isn't it? So now maybe because it also resembles the hair color a little bit that she had at that particular time. This is fun. Shouldn't do this for too long though. I still have a little bit of house chores to do. You know, it's Saturday, so I take things a bit more relaxed. But I still want to do a few things. Maybe also a little bit of editing, and maybe also a little bit of animating because yesterday I didn't get that much done. It was still actually a day where I should have worked and where I should have been working, you know. But I managed to get a couple of frames cleaned up, and that was basically it. It wasn't as much as I was hoping for getting done because I felt pretty bad physically. And that was basically my own fault. Yeah, it looks kind of cool, isn't it? I don't know, maybe you should zoom in a little bit so you can see that. Does it focus? A little bit. So, let me... Oh, my eyelid is doing the thing again. Yeah, for a couple of days now, I have this thing that my eyelid is constantly doing this flinging thing. I think, as far as I know, that when a muscle is constantly doing this uncontrolled motion, and actually it's a sign that you that you have 2 less magnesium. Is it called magnesium in English? I hope so. In your body, but yeah. But this is going on for so long now, I really don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I should get some of these magnesium pills. But if I get that stuff and afterwards it's still like this, then I might need to see a doctor, which I kind of like to avoid. Yeah, man, I love this. Sorry, guys, I'm really into this artwork right now. This study is way more fun than I thought. Like, I already thought it might be fun to do this, but oh boy, I'm enjoying this a lot. Ooh, I just have one battery bar left, and I actually wanted to do some other studies as well in this spread. Maybe I can't record the rest of this, and I'm sorry if I can't, but yeah. I'm now so much into that one scene. I want to give it a bit more depth and everything. I'm just so in the zone right now. This way, the scene looks pretty cold, but I mean, imagining that seeing that she is wearing this thick jacket there, this coat, it definitely was a little bit chilly there. I mean, it was in winter times, after all. And even though Kicho is a bit more in the south, like from all the main islands, this is the one that's most south. So it doesn't get as cold over there, I think, but still, it was winter times. And I think that's something, oops, let's see here. I think that's something that you can still feel even when you're there. So to give it this a little bit of a colder look, it's kind of fitting, I feel like. It kind of fits the vibe of the scene, especially because it's a memory now, so everything is put into blue, making it nostalgic, you know. I mean, I really like the vibrant green of the bushes up here. I really would love, I'm really tempted to use that green, this lush green, this really dark one. You know, I love my greens. But yeah, I don't want to put that many colors in. It's more like a study for shadows and composition and stuff. Will I put in something out of water? Well, too late, I can't change it anymore. I did. So this is also interesting. It seems like my light is no way. It seems like on the water that the light is coming from here, but here the light is more coming like from there, and you have the main shadows there. I think the shadow is more like in the back of her. I guess there are a lot of trees here, and these are like patterns from the trees. The lighting situation here is really hard to wrap my head around. I have somewhat of an idea about it, but oh boy. Nice. So let's bring in some lighter. Do I want this? I don't know. Let's see how it looks. It's just a lot of test dry. Also, Marina really likes blue, so I think this is also... Maybe that was a subconscious part of my decision. I don't know. Now bring in something yellowy. I think this is more like an orange. Chrome yellow, dark. Okay. Yep, this has a nice effect, doesn't it? So, I like that. A little bit up here, a little bit up here. Yo, that looks nice. I think I'll take a little bit of a darker blue for this part. So, no, maybe for the other shaders. This is really faded right here. So. Can you see something here? I constantly have to check that. Also for my hair. And I went quiet again. I did it again! Well, again, these videos are not meant to be entertaining, but still. If I have a really long period where I don't talk anything, don't say anything. Sounds a bit better. I feel a bit bad for that. But yeah, I like how that looks. Yes, I forgot. So that's nice. Looks pretty cozy. What do you think? What? This is backwards. So that's nice. I feel like. So there's that, and there's my study. I like it. So we do another one. I think that will look quite nice here, over here. It's still, the bar is still white. It's not in the red, not in the red zone yet. But I can't promise how long this will go on. So we have this swing. Looks like this. What is this for? What kind of perspective is this? Is there a name for this? So just a really rough sketch of the proportions, like so. That should be like here. Like, what the heck is what? There should be a hand, and no, wait, this is too far away. The other hand should be here, so the swing board is like this way. I think. Oh boy. This is pretty small, but I also, first of all, on Instagram you can't really keep something zoomed in, which is kind of sad, but on the other hand, this is also a nice way for me to focus on just the main form that I see and not get lost in any details. Sometimes you just, when you do, comic or something like this, you have sceneries that are meant to be further away. And it's sometimes really hard to draw in a way that still communicates everything that's going on, but still looks like it's actually far away. And therefore not as detailed. Oh, but my hand is getting sore again. And my shoulder as well, so I should need to take a break anytime soon. Like this. Oh boy, oh boy. This shot will be much harder to do. Oh, I'm in the red area, so I guess I can't take you with me on the right for the rest anymore, but I will make sure if I get more done that I will film the rest for you later on, so you can see the entire page that I did in the meantime. And I will say thank you for watching if you did, and if you stayed here for that long. I hope you enjoyed the ride, and as always, keep reading and stay nice to ravens, especially that. And we'll see and hear each other in the next video. Bye!